Recently, I had spoken about immunization updates. So, a couple of parents have asked me to talk about what is meant by vaccines, when is COVID vaccines coming. So, I thought today I'll try and give a brief inputs about what are vaccines, what are the technologies of vaccines available out there, and what are the different types of technologies in which many companies are approaching to deal with the coronavirus and where they are on the current day. So, vaccines are biological substances which, when injected into the human body, produces antibodies. These antibodies can then fight either the bacteria or the virus and protect the individual. What are the different type of vaccines available? Please listen to this carefully, because the many vaccines which are coming out for COVID-19 are using different technologies. Okay, so the first vaccines which came out in the market were killed virus vaccines, where the virus was killed and then subsequently injected into the human being. So the virus could not produce the disease, however, it produced an antibody response. So the individual had antibodies to the particles. So whenever they came in contact with the live disease, this person could effectively deal with the invaders and was protected against the disease. The second variety which came was live attenuated, wherein instead of killing the virus parts of protein was removed to make it weaker, which means when this virus is inoculated into our body, it does not produce the disease because it has become weak. However, it produces a good antibody response so that our immune system is prepared with the antibody response to deal with this virus. So subsequently the technology improved. First we got whole cell live attenuated vaccines, then acellular, where only parts of the cell were used, which is why it is called acellular. Then again the technology changed and toxoid vaccines came, wherein the bacteria which were releasing the toxins, the vaccines using those toxins came into the market. For example, tetanus toxoid. Then surface protein, where instead of the entire virus, only a small part, which is just the surface protein, was used to inoculate into the body to get an effective antibody response. Hepatitis B and cervical cancer, which is HPV. These two vaccines use this technology. Now, genetically modified vaccines, which is a virus inside another virus. Again, let us talk a bit in detail, because there are one or two vaccines which are in the market which are using this technology. So, there is a virus called as adenovirus, which is a common cold causing virus. So scientists took that virus, removed all its infective part and took a protein from which they wanted to protect the individual. So for example, if it is SARS virus, they took the protein of the SARS virus into this weak adenovirus and made a genetic modification, which is it was two viruses merged into one. So when this entered our body, the SARS virus protein was detected by our immune system and it started developing antibodies against that protein. So this is genetic modified vaccine. Coming to the last type, the messenger or rRNA vaccine. Again, this is important technology which I will be talking further as well. So when a virus enters our body, our cells or the nucleus of our cells, the DNA material, reads the virus and prepares a template. This template is how the antibody should be produced to deal with the invader. From the nucleus, now this message has to go into the cell where the ribosomes produce the proteins. So the messenger RNA, which is called rRNA or the messenger RNA, copies this genetic information from the DNA and takes it down to the ribosomes and gives them the information so that the ribosomes produce the proteins or the antibodies which then can effectively deal with the virus or bacteria. So this is the latest technology and many scientists out there really want to see how this works in real life. Now let us talk about the vaccines which are in the market. I will use the most common ones which are seen in the newspapers very recently. Moderna and Pfizer. These both vaccines are coming from America. Recently, Moderna announced that their efficacies have been at 94%. Pfizer has announced that their efficacy is ranging around 91 to 92%. So these both vaccines are using the messenger or the rRNA technology. Sputnik vaccine, this vaccine is from Russia. They are using the genetic modified technology. It is already launched in Russia successfully. This vaccine has come to India and are currently combining with Reddy's Laboratories, and they are undergoing phase 2 and phase 3 trials in India. If it is successful, this vaccine will be launched. The other vaccine is the Oxford AstraZeneca virus vaccine. Again, this vaccine uses the genetic modified technology, which is a protein in the adenovirus. Again, they are in the phase 3 trials, and we are waiting for the results of the phase 3 trials, and if that is successful, we should see this vaccine again hitting out into the market. Already AstraZeneca has been having a tie-up with our Pune based Serum Institute of India, and Serum Institute of India has already geared up to produce millions of doses if the vaccine is efficacious. Covaxin, this vaccine is from Bharat Biotech, again Hyderabad based Indian company. They are using the killed virus technology. So again, this vaccine is undergoing its phase 3 clinical trials. So we should see the results of it soon. So when I go and talk about efficacy and effectiveness, I would like to differentiate them to our listeners here. Efficacy means if volunteers, X number of volunteers have been given the vaccine and then they are left in the society, how many of them contracted the virus? This is called efficacy. So when somebody claims 95% efficacy, it just means that 5 out of every 100 volunteers got the disease and 95% did not get the disease. However, efficacy is very much different from effectiveness. See, in efficacy, number one, they are using a small number of population. Most times, the volunteers used in the study are healthy. They do not have any diseases such as diabetes or hypertension. So they are healthy individuals. When we talk about effectiveness, it is not necessarily only healthy people. So the society contains healthy people, unhealthy people, different age groups from young children to old people, different races. So Afro-Caribbeans may act differently from Europeans, Europeans may act differently from Asians, Asians may react very differently from South Asians. So effectiveness is something we need to see when the vaccine comes out into the market. Now many good vaccines are there in the market. For example, a vaccine called as measles is one of the best effective vaccine, which is almost 80 to 90% effective. Whereas the flu vaccines which are there in the market is just 50 to 60% effective. So WHO has said any vaccine which is giving more than 50% effectiveness, they are happy to give it a tick mark and allow the commercial preparation of that vaccine. So efficacy is not necessarily effectiveness. However, good efficacy gives us a good hope that they will be quite effective when used in the population. But of course, we need to see the real-time data whenever these vaccines are hit the market. So this question again, when do we expect these vaccines? So I think Moderna and Pfizer now have shown efficacy. So if their respective government, which is the American government, gives them the nod, they should be able to produce this on a mass scale, and this should hit the market in the 4 to 6 weeks. Sputnik vaccine is already in use in Russia. In India, we are waiting for its efficacy trials, and if it is successful, again this should come out in the market in the next 2 to 3 months. AstraZeneca vaccine is again in advanced trials. We should see something soon. And Covaxin, I think their company is saying they are between 3 to 6 months away from commercially launching the vaccine. So I think let us watch out this space again, and when I get more updates, I will be happy to come back and share it with you. In the meantime, please do subscribe to this channel and share it with your friends and relatives. Thank you.